Welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show. We are so excited to have our friend Suzanne Ruhlman here from the Natural History Museum of Utah. She's here to talk about the incredible show they're having this weekend, and she brought some wonderful things for us to see. Welcome, Suzanne.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, we're so excited. So tell us, what do we have?
Well, first off, I'll tell you why we have this.
Okay, perfect. That's even better.
We're having our 6th annual Indian Art Market at the museum this Saturday and Sunday at the museum from 10 to 5 both days.
Okay.
It's a juried art show of Native American artwork. The artists have to apply to the show and get accepted into the show. And then we also have an awards ceremony. We pick a best of show, 2nd and 3rd place, and there are cash awards for the artists that win those shows, awards. And so it's just a really great weekend to meet artists and see their work, fall in love with something and buy something, hopefully. But just a really fabulous setting for this show at the museum if you've ever been there. Our big canyon area, it's free to the public.
Nice.
Is a beautiful backdrop for this kind of work.
Okay, let's talk logistics first. So I've been there. Parking was hard. So tell us about the exciting news.
So our parking lot is done. It was under construction for quite a few months. So the parking lot is open, and then we also have a parking garage directly across the way from us.
Okay.
So there's plenty of parking, and you don't have to worry about that. And parking is free, and like I said, admission to this show is free as well.
Wonderful. How many artists do you have?
So this year we've got 28 artists.
Oh, wow.
And they span a variety of tribes: Zuni, Navajo, Kickapoo, Potawatomi, Arapaho, Hopi. So even though it's a very small show, you can get exposed to a lot of different Native cultures and Native art.
Wow. And will the artists be there?
They are. The artists are there.
Meet them.
You can meet them. The artists are there both days from 10 to 5
Nice.
with their work, selling their work. So hopefully, like I said, you'll find something that you fall in love with and have to go home with.
Well, I've already found many things that I've fallen in love with. This is right up my alley. So stay tuned. I'll be wearing some of this, I'm sure, later this week. So tell us a little bit about it. And you brought a friend.
I did. I brought a doll.
She's beautiful.
This is a Crow artist. Her name is Mary Lou Big Day, and this is completely handmade, everything. I mean, she is beautifully done.
She's exquisite, yeah. Hold her up for the camera so that our folks at home can see. Oh, she is just exquisite.
So these are some things that I brought from the museum store at the museum. The artists are coming from all over Western regional states. So I don't really get a preview or things ahead of time that they'll actually be at the show. But these are things from our museum store, from various artists and various tribes again. This particular artist will be in the show again. This is Poponi, and she's Kickapoo and Potawatomi, all handmade, completely constructed from scratch, and then she fires her pottery in the old-fashioned way of her tribe in buffalo dung. So, and there are no glazes on this, and it's just how
you're kidding.
No, not any glaze at all. It's just how the fire manipulates the piece, and how the dung and where it's placed in it. All of that determines the coloration.
The colors are exquisite on that.
She's an award-winning potter, and we're so excited to have her back again this year. She won one of the awards last year. So every year, the 3 awards, the next year we invite the award winners back as our honored guests. So our 3 award winners from last year will be there, along with a few other return artists, and then a really good showing of some brand new artists for our show.
That's wonderful.
We've got some beautiful bracelets. This is another artist that was in our show about 3 years ago, Benson Manygoats. He is Navajo.
That is beautiful.
Isn't that gorgeous?
That is.
And I brought just a smattering of some Zuni fetishes. These right here. We've got 2 fetish carvers in the show this year. We've got a lot of jewelry in the show this year. Isn't that beautiful?
That is.
Beautiful heavy work and beautiful stamp work on these pieces.
That's great.
We've got a Kachina carver and another new wood carver who I haven't met, who's in the show again coming up this year. Like I said, a lot of
So
jewelry.
we have some pottery. Definitely we have some jewelry. Clearly our doll maker. What other types of
We've
exhibits?
got another textile artist that works in quilts,
Okay.
Susan Hudson, and she does some amazing things. She did a quilt one year that was based on Native elders visiting the Vietnam War Memorial in Washington, D.C. So it was this whole spread, and she did the wall with the Native veterans standing in front of it. And you could actually see some of the names in the wall, and she actually put in the textile the reflection of the Native veterans standing in front of the wall, the reflection in the
Wow.
wall. It was an amazing piece. So the caliber of the artists that we've got coming, especially again this year, is fabulous.
Okay. So I know that we're going to see, oh, here's some pictures. Okay.
Oh, that's a new artist this year. Oh gosh, I'm going to have to think of his name. That's terrible. Bruce Joe, and he's Navajo, and he has some amazing inlay work. So that's sterling silver, and the face of that stone is mother of pearl with then other stones making the eagle. And beautiful silver work around the side and the bezel of the piece.
Definitely.
He's brand new this year.
Okay.
Oh, that's Christine Latone. She's Zuni, and that's a really gorgeous bolo tie that she made. Various materials, and I think the main body of it is abalone. And actually, her mother is in the show this year, Phyllis Kuntzis. So we've got a mother-daughter this year, and we've got a father and a son who both made it into the show this year as well. Those earrings are Jimmy Harrison, and he's Navajo, and he's world-renowned for his inlay work, and just such an amazing, cool guy to meet and talk to. He's super nice, and his work is incredible. We use these earrings for our postcard that went out to people, and I've had like 20 people call up and ask if they can buy those.
I bet. What wouldn't they go with? They're beautiful.
Yeah. So we're so lucky with the caliber of artists. This is Mary Tom. She's Navajo. She was in last year. Unfortunately, she had to drop out this year. So we're really sad that had to happen because the quality of her work is phenomenal. Beautiful, beautiful pieces. And that's Todd Westica. He's Zuni, and he's a fetish carver. He does kind of really contemporary, really smooth, beautiful carvings, really highlights the stone. He's an EMT in his regular life and does all this fetish carving when he's not working as an EMT.
There you go. Or maybe while he's waiting.
Possibly.
There we go. Well, we are so excited about the show. Tell us again. So 10 to 5.
It's 10 to 5.
Tell us how the days go. Is it just open, or are there different?
No, it's completely open, and all the artists will be there all day long.
Okay.
10 to 5 Saturday, 10 to 5 on Sunday. We also have 2 native flute players coming.
Oh, nice.
One on Saturday, another one on Sunday to play native flute music throughout the day. So that's a really lovely addition, and you just hear this gorgeous flute music kind of wafting through the museum.
Okay.
So this show, again, I'll remind everyone, is free to the public.
Free to the public.
But we're hoping that it inspires you to buy a ticket to the museum, because we've got a couple really fabulous Native American exhibits in the museum.
Yeah, while you're already there.
Exactly.
Okay, and tell me a little bit more about the juried process.
So the artists all have to apply to the show.
Okay.
And then we have a committee that reviews all the applications and makes their selections of who gets in the show.
Okay.
Again, by Native American art shows standards, it's a small, intimate show.
Okay.
So then we get their selections. We know the artists that are included in the show. Then the first morning of the show, Saturday, they all submit one piece to another committee that looks at all the pieces that have been submitted, and they pick a best of show, second place, and third place award winners for the show.
And will the ones that won last year that are your guests back, will they be acknowledged some way? So will we be able to tell who won last year? Okay.
Yes, absolutely. We've got signage up for everybody, and it will say who won awards in past years.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I'm really excited, not just to see their work, but to actually meet the artists. I think that the conversations will be amazing, and such a range of tribes and influences and mediums. I think that's just wonderful. So what else should our viewers know about the show?
Well, I think the best thing to know is that
bring your wallet.
And I hate to say that, but that is true, because this is how these artists get to continue to do what they do. So, you know, we're supporting these artists. We hope they sell well.
Yes.
Because really, that's what this is all about, trying to support all these artists. And our museum has a really strong tie to the Native communities in Utah. So it's a really important show for the museum as well, to continue these relationships and such. But it's so cool to meet these people and get to talk to someone that you've bought a piece from.
Certainly, and they will have many, many wares, correct?
Absolutely.
So it's not just the juried piece. They'll have in a range of prices, I'm hoping?
Absolutely. There's a range of prices for everybody, no doubt. And everybody brings a lot because they want to sell.
Yes. So this is a significant source of income for them. Wonderful. Well, I hope that you will all join me. I'm definitely going this weekend. So give us your website again, so that people can go back if they want to look at details.
Sure. It's www.nhmu.utah.edu. Plus, check out our Facebook page, because we have been putting photos of work from the various artists that will be in the show up on our Facebook page as well.
Perfect. Okay, well, thank you, Suzanne, so much for coming, and I've learned so much, and I'm so excited to go this weekend. And we will be back in just a few minutes. We have some additional friends from the Park City Education Foundation and some other friends from Mark Miller Subaru who will be joining us soon.